Hello there, and welcome to Major Skills 101 with Alex Righetto. Throughout a series of videos, you will learn to build major skills from scratch, step by step, one at a time, and eventually you will not only build, but will understand the mechanics behind it. That's the sole purpose of this video, to help you to comprehend the building and structure of such skills, and to see how the C major scale, the mother of all scales, gives birth to all subsequent major scales. That's it. Let's get started. Now here we have the C major scale, which is represented by the letters C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Those stand for Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. Also, each letter takes a number. C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, B is 7, and C is 8. As you can see, C is the first letter and is also the last letter, the 8th letter, which is a repetition of the first one. That's what we call an octave. To simply put, the octave is just the first note of that scale, repeating itself after the preceding 7 notes. Note that the first note, which is called also tonic, and the 8th note, also called the octave, are both recognized as roots of that scale. The root is also represented by a small asterisk. Also have in mind and be aware that I don't want to go deep into musical theory for the sake of the beginner. Therefore, I will keep this information as simple as possible, and that's for your own benefit. Now here's the layout of the C major scale on the piano. As you can see, we have white and black notes. Those are called keys. The white keys are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Now note that there is 2 groups of black keys, one with 2 notes and the other one with 3 notes. After that, you have the octave. Therefore, here you see a pattern. The pattern is pretty simple. It's 7 white notes followed by the octave. In between those 7 notes, there's 2 groups of black keys, 2 and 3. Note that between E and F and B and C, there's no black note. Well, that's the pattern, and it repeats itself all throughout the keyboard. Yes, it is just that simple. Now here we have the highlighting of the first and the 8th note, the root and the octave. Now here you see the group of 2 and 3 black notes within the 7 notes. Note also that once you finish that one octave, the 2 black notes repeat itself all throughout the keyboard. Note also that there's 12 notes within that range, and the 13th note is just a repetition of the first one. Now here you can have a better view of what I'm talking about. See how the layout repeats itself over and over? Now this is what we got. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C is 1 and also called root or tonic. D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, B is 7, and C, the repetition of the first one, is the octave. There are more numbers that could be added to that scale, but for now we're going to keep it very simple. Now let's talk about the major scale pattern. Now remember the piano, the layout of notes, how we saw the white and black keys and how they combine themselves and repeat themselves throughout the piano? Now, in order to understand it better, we need to understand steps and how they work together. A step is the distance between 2 given notes. It could be a half step or one whole step, and together, combined, they work together to bring forward the major scale pattern. Now here's the major scale pattern. That is 1, 1, half, 1, 1, 1, and half. Note that All of these are steps. So when I say one, I mean one step, a half step, one step, one step, one step, and a half step. By that I mean that from C to D, the distance between those two notes is one step. The distance from D to E is one step. From E to F is half step. From F to G, G to A, and A to B, all of those are one step. From B to C is a half step. Now, for the sake of easy understanding and memorizing the pattern, we can simply put 2 steps, half step, 3 steps, and a half step. But just be aware that the numbers 2 and 3 are divided into equal parts. That's just a shortcut for memorizing the major scale pattern. Now, for each one step distance, there's an accident note in between two given notes. In other words, in this case, the C major scale has a black note between two white notes. Also, the half step has no accidents or black notes in between two white notes. Now here we have the name of all those notes within that one pattern. If you're moving from the low to the high, by that I mean from the left to the right, then you have what we call an ascending movement. If you're going backwards, then you call it descending movement. When you're ascending in a scale, you're going to call the note a sharp. When you're descending, you're going to call the note a flat. Therefore, if we're going from C to C, going through D, E, F, G, A, B, that's an ascending movement. Therefore, the first black note will be C sharp, and the second one will be D sharp. Note, between E and F, there's no black note. Then from F to G, we have a black note that is called F sharp. So the next one is G sharp, A sharp. And descending from C to C, we have B flat, A flat, G flat, E flat, and D flat. Now, note again how the pattern repeats itself over and over again throughout the entire piano. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoy your major scale.